John 4, 5, 6. The way Jesus is choosing his disciples, all of them have negative characters. Matthew was a tax collector, very negative vibes. Judas, very negative vibes. Peter, a fisherman, angry fellow, always fighting, because fishermen are like that. Peter, James and John, these are fishermen community guys. They had wrong vibes. But when they saw Jesus, the way Jesus' attitude was so welcoming, his nature was so nice, these negative vibe people reached out to him. That's the sermon today. The way I carry myself, the way you carry, the vibes, it's going to determine how far we can travel. If we will harbor dark things inside and something else comes out, we won't reach too far. I'm going to encourage you in your career, in your family, in all the things that you are doing. Make sure you carry good vibes. Vibes is a good word. The way you carry yourself is called vibes. You'll hang out with people who have good vibes with you. You'll hang out with people whose mindset is clicking with you. People will want to come to you and me if we have the right mindset, if we are welcoming. The way Jesus carried himself at the well, now that speaks to me. Will you give me a drink? Jesus made the first move. He broke protocol. He broke that ego. He broke that thing in his mind and said, no, someone needs help. They need fellowship. Someone needs something nice. So that was Jesus' attitude. And I think that's the Spirit of God's attitude. To break walls down and for us to be able to emote and for us to have good vibes. The Samaritan woman said to him, you are a Jew and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink? For Jews do not associate with Samaritans. Jesus is taking that good vibes to a different conversation. He's lifting up that conversation to a good conversation level. He's creating space for a conversation. He's not putting a comma there. He's not putting a semicolon there. He's taking the good vibes to the next level of the conversation. He's getting closer. So she says, how is it that you're asking me? You know Samaritans, right? We don't get along with your people. Then how is it? Why are you doing this? Sometimes the Spirit of God will make us change our attitude because in His plan, that is something waiting that I don't know of, that you might not know of. So it's very important to have good vibes. We may have a bad mood, we may have a bad experience, whatever. But trust me, if we can somehow connect with God and we can have a good vibe, in spite of all the tough times, God can use your nature and extend His kingdom. You'll catch up with people. People will feel warm to catch up with you because of the vibes. Salt was used as a preservative. Everyone say preservative. So the Egyptians used salt to preserve their bodies because their concept of life was different. In the Northeast, people preserve meat with salt. Jesus is using salt, which is a preservative, to turn our conversations, to lift our relationships to the next level. So we need salt here to spike our conversations so that our vibes will be nice, and so we'll take our relationships to the next level. Now going back to John 4:6, will you give me? So Jesus is sprinkling his conversation with the goodness of God, and it's enabling that lady to go up higher in a beautiful fellowship with him. Now if you go back down and read the scripture, Jesus is prophesying about her life. She had a lot of mess. So Jesus is prophesying to her, and now this messy person, this lady at the well, went and called the whole town. So what happened? The way Jesus had his vibes. So the Spirit of God, the way the Spirit of God used Jesus, very simple. No miracles, signs and wonders. Good vibes. I make a point every day, in spite of all the things that I see, that I feel, in spite of everything. I'm learning this. I need to make sure that I'm contributing in having a good vibes in the day.